welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night on the Terrace is here, and thank God the international break is over. It's done. It was hard, wasn't it? It was hard. It was hard. It was hard. It was really hard. It was really hard. Football is back tomorrow. So many games to preview, and we've got a great group of people here tonight. We've got Palace fans here, Chelsea. We've got the Chelsea. We've got Chelsea. Inviting by himself. There he is. Look at that. I like it. Got a bit of Man United.
Yes! Let's go!
Yeah, KJ's over there as well. We've even got some Tottenham. Tottenham are in. Even a bit of Tottenham. Tottenham are in the house. Tottenham are in the house. They're in the house tonight. Listen, make sure you're smashing that like button, that share button. It's an action-packed show this evening. Javerne's going to run a VT now to let you know what's coming up. Let's do it.
Coming up on tonight's show, we'll be chatting Leicester v Man United, Brentford Chelsea, Newcastle Spurs and Arsenal versus Palace. We'll also be taking a trip down memory lane with some classic football memorabilia, questioning how good David Beckham actually was and hitting the streets to see if the public recognise the GOAT, Lionel Messi. We've got all that coming up on Friday night on the Terrace, and it's live.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back indeed. How you doing? I'm going to be doing your live. I've actually got a screen being put up this week, so I can do your live comments without holding my phone, which is really good. So I'm looking forward to it. I can see myself as well. I like this haircut. I'm liking the baldness. I'm liking it. Yeah, a little bit Jason Statham. I am like doing it. Terry, your hairline is so deep, is what JP says. Honestly, bruv, it's the second person in your family this week that said I went deep. Bruv, that's really good. Well done, JP. Well done, JP. It's YouTube. It's YouTube. It's all good. It's all good. What else we got here? What else? Terry looks like a skinhead. Yeah, that's what's shaved it. Yeah, I'm going bald. Look like a skinhead. I mean, that's not good banter. Dead banter there.
KJ's got a barnet, to be fair.
Yeah, he does. I'm joined by KJ on the sofas today, by the way. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? Hey. That's actually not in behind the camera. I'm not over there. I'm on the couch today, bro.
Well, the budgets were low, so no money for a guest. So we thought we'll use you.
Cool. So I'm like the backup to the backup to the back.
Yeah, bro. You're like you know that woman where you're like, if we're both single at 40, we'll get married. That's the one. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, but when I've got money, yeah, he'll definitely be coming to me at 40, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Maybe. We got a good show tonight. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, man. Obviously,
it's gonna be good. What have you been doing during the international break?
Enjoying my life and not being on Twitter, people. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I've enjoyed international break. Spending time with family, friends, focusing on the things that I want to be doing in my life. So yeah, recommendation, people. When international break comes, don't be on Twitter.
Yeah, football Twitter has been mad though.
Bonkers.
Mad. We spoke about it on the Bet Victor show, the Top 6 podcast, about the Ronaldinho versus Mo Salah comparisons.
Is Smith Rowe better than Havertz?
Smith Rowe. That was actually on the football. Yeah. Actually, that wasn't Twitter. That was on the Football Terrace. That was on the Football Terrace, and that was said there. But viewers, what have you all been doing? We'd like to know what you've been doing, what you've been up to. Leave your live comments now. We'll read some of it out. Any questions you have for us, make sure you get those super chats in as well. But in terms of football returning this week, though, like, how excited are you about that? Like, there's some really good games.
Finally. Something to actually talk about during the instead of international football. Listen. This weekend can have some big implications on the league. I honestly believe that. You got Man United and Leicester. Will their seasons finally kick on? You got Chelsea. Will their momentum get slowed down? Liverpool, momentum, will they get slowed down? Got some interesting games coming ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to delve into that. We've got the previews coming up. We've got the fans in the Legends Corner to talk to as well. What's interesting here, Abdullah put a question in saying, Terry, why should there always be a shock if, for instance, if Brentford get a result against Chelsea? Kai Havertz cost more than Brentford's new stadium to build. That's no disrespect to Brentford. That's why it's a shock. When you have a squad that's valued at between 700 to £1 billion versus a club whose stadium's worth less than one of their players, it's always a shock if they do something. So that's the way it should be as well. That's why everyone aspires to be a big club. It's why Newcastle fans are excited right about now. But we are going to jump over to Legends Corner, because I want to ask some of the fans how excited they are about this weekend and the return of the Premier League. Over to Rocket with the fans in the Legend Corner.
Yeah, Tottenham get to play Newcastle, so I'm excited about that. We're going to see whether Newcastle can do bits now that they got new management. So yeah, I'm excited about that, man.
Palace are going to beat Arsenal at the Emirates, so I'm excited to see that live in the flesh as well. So that's going to be great. Patrick Vieira going back to the Emirates, getting a result there. I don't think he's been there for a while, so yeah, that should be good.
I mean, you've lost 3-1 and 4-1 consecutively to us. You got beat 22 minutes 4-0, so calm down there.
I was actually enjoying my international break. I didn't have to watch Man United, so it's back to reality. But let's hope they can beat Leicester, man.
Back to the heartache.
Yeah.
Now, listen, there's going to be some big games. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I'm gassed to welcome Vieira back to the Emirates. But I'm going to have a keen eye on the Man United-Leicester game. Leicester been really flat. United, do they want Ollie in? Do they want Ollie out? So a win or a loss for either side could have really positive or really negative implications going forward.
A drab ball draw between Leicester and Manchester United. And obviously, we've got to welcome Vieira back to the carpet. We've got to do that. But let's just hope he doesn't have too much of a good time,
No, I doubt he will.
Back to you, Terry.
There we go. I mean, look, lots to talk about. We're going to delve into it later. We want your live comments to keep coming in as well. Something that Terry wishes he looks like Jason Statham. Yeah, I mean, why would I not?
Paul Pilkington, innit?
Yes, bro. I love him. Yeah. Thanks, Rock. You know what I mean? There's my partner in crime over there. Nah, it's all right. It's cool. We'll get into more into those previews a little bit later, but of course a lot of talk during the international break has been about big prizes towards the end of the year, and of course the Ballon d'Or winner will be announced in November, and currently Lionel Messi is the favourite. He's the favourite again. Now Patrice Evra has been very, very open and public in his statement that he's sick. His words were, he is sick of Messi winning it and believes that Chelsea's Kante or Jorginho, a man like J5, should win it. KJ, what's your view? I mean, does Messi deserve to win it again, or do you feel like it should go to somebody else?
So Messi, I swear he won the Copa America. He also won Copa del Rey with Barcelona, and his stats as well. People like to say stats don't matter. It's all about eye test, but his eye test is backed up by his stats. So he has a phenomenal season. But for me personally, I just want justice to be served. And it ain't no Jorginho, it ain't no Kante. It's Lewandowski. It has to be Lewa. Lewa got robbed last season because some people didn't want to give out awards during COVID when you can clearly just have a video submission. Email the thing, bruv. Send it over, UPS. You know what I mean? There's ways to get that trophy over to him, but they didn't want to give it to him. He continued on his form, broke Gerard Muller's goal scoring record in the league, winning the Bundesliga, helping Poland to at least try and get somewhere in the Euros. He did everything he could. Justice needs to be served. Lewa needs to get the Ballon d'Or this season.
Listen, viewers, what do you think? Get your comments in right now. I'm going to hand over to Rocket, who's back with our fans in the Legend Corner to get their opinion on this.
Gents, what do you think? Who's Ballon d'Or?
Ban Messi. That's all I can say. Whoa. It's got to be Lewandowski. And I can't lie. There's a secret shout. I think it should go to Barella, but no one really respects him.
Who's that?
Exactly. He's a Euros winner. Okay. He's a Serie A winner as well. Okay. Integral to both teams, and that's what I'm saying. People just haven't done the education.
I love Barella.
They haven't done the education.
I watched Serie A. I've watched it all. Lukaku was my guy. I saw what Conte did before he went off and all that stuff. Nicolo Barella.
Yes.
There's a shout.
Ban Messi, ban Lewandowski. Yeah. It's got to be Barella.
Listen, but I think Jorginho needs a bit more respect on his name. Listen. When you're talking about the resurrection of a career, someone who apparently couldn't handle the Premier League, going on to Champions League winner medal, Euro winner medal.
Yeah, that's all well and good. That doesn't mean that you deserve the Ballon d'Or. It doesn't mean you deserve it. Yeah, he's had a good season.
It's not the mighty ducks. It's the Ballon Ballon d'Or.
Past, when Messi and Ronaldo have won it in the past, has it been swayed by what they won at the end of that
Yes,
season?
it has.
Of course
It absolutely has, bro. The trophies at the end of a season basically separate who scores 70 goals and who scores 70 goals. They're not supposed to go to some defensive midfielder on Italy who wasn't even his best team for his country or on his club. So this isn't a sympathy award. We're not giving it to Barella. We're not giving it to Jorginho. Leo Messi is the best. The best of all time.
No. Listen. Lewandowski has had by far. Karim Benzema's had a better Ballon d'Or season than Lionel Messi. Karim Benzema.
Same Benzema who didn't score more or assist more in the same La Liga season.
Wait, the same Benzema
they played in the same league and he didn't get more assists, more goals, more chances created, nothing. Okay. But he deserves it.
Wait, no, of course Benzema deserves it. He was a La Liga winning guy.
No, he won La Liga last season. Atletico Madrid won it, so you should get your information. I'm sorry to tell you.
Guys, don't lie. COVID wiped me out there.
The thing is, if you look at the status of Leo Messi right now, you look at a Copa America win. It may not be a Europe, but it's still South America. You look at it's Leo Messi, for God's sake. You look at the quality of Leo Messi. It's not about giving it to him. He's earned it. He's earned it every year. He's won. What year? Tell me what Benzema or Lewandowski does better than Messi.
Lewandowski is the only real debate. Lewandowski.
I love Lewandowski.
I agree it's not Barella. We can all
Come out here. I don't know who said Brella. But the only reason why we're not talking about Messi right now, the only reason why people want to bring other names into it is because, it's getting boring. Like, what? Exactly. Like, why? It's his greatness. Like, what do you mean it's getting boring?
So you're saying that what Messi has done in this current Ballon d'Or season deserves the Ballon d'Or above anyone.
Ben and Jorginho and all them names that you lot are putting out there.
But he scored less goals than Lewandowski.
It doesn't matter. You lot are disrespecting Messi right now.
I don't think we're going to come to any conclusion here. So Terry, back to you, mate.
Thank you very much indeed. We've got some comments here. We've got a member chat, super chat, that says, what on earth am I hearing? Of course Jorginho should win the Ballon d'Or. That is from man like my father in the house. There was a super chat as well that I just slightly missed. It went off the screen. So I'm going to get this super chat back up because I don't want to miss it. I've got to go back. I've got to scroll. I do need the phone. Forgot I can't touch that TV that's about 8-9 foot away. So I'm going to take a quick look at that super chat now. I don't want to miss it. It was from Nabil, who says, if Man United had bad results, even then, Oli would not lose his job. People are stupid enough to blame Oli. It's the Glazers. Lewandowski or Jorginho deserve it. So we went into a bit of Man United there. Thank you for the super chat, man like Nabil. A few people said Barella, you know. A few people backing Adam Charles in the comment section.
The people that said that are just trying to be artistic. No, they're trying to say, if you watch football, you know Barella's a shout.
Okay, there we go. But listen, this subject matter really inspired us. This inspired us to go out into the streets and to see whether or not people, just the average person on the street, would recognise Lionel Messi. So we sent Tom out to do just that. Javern, run the VT.
Do you know who this man is?
No clue.
Looks like Prince Harry.
Ronaldo.
Who's Ronaldo?
Many call him the GOAT. Others call him La Pulga. Some simply say,
who the hell is Lionel Messi?
It's quite biblical.
I have no idea. Oh my god. I have no idea.
Do you like his GOAT?
I think so. Yeah.
Do any of you know who this man is?
No, but I'd like to get to know him.
I don't know, mate.
No, not at all. Sorry.
No idea. Do you know who this man is?
I can't remember his name now.
It's not me.
Oh, it's nice.
Is that a mix of someone?
He's a mix of both his parents. If you had to guess what his name was, what would you say?
The goat or the dude?
Phil.
Ivan?
Oh, he's got a fancy name like, I don't know, Valerie or...
Richard Lamb, I don't know. Tom?
I'm Tom.
Harry?
I'm going to go with Gary.
Brian.
Brian, and what do you reckon Brian does for a living?
Smolders.
Farmer.
Cheesemaker. Bit of songwriting on the side, or the other way around.
You reckon he's on MasterChef?
A light lamb.
For the judges to eat.
Works in a casino.
Do you know who this man is? Does he remind you of anyone?
He might be an actor or something like that.
Do you know who Lionel Messi is? Take that as a no. Do you know who this man is?
Let me think who that is. He's a famous philanthropist.
He looks like he kind of listens to country music.
I think that's a modern dude in a biblical setting.
A modern dude, but you don't know his name.
I do not know his name.
Oh, come on, the boy bands. Wham! Is he in the charts at the moment?
Arguably. Gentlemen, do you know who this man is?
Ronaldo.
Who's Ronaldo?
Do you know who this man is? Does anyone know who this man is? Anyone? What?
Is it you?
It's not me. No. So you wouldn't trust him.
Staring into my soul.
You let him in your pub?
Yeah.
Would the goat be allowed in?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see a goat in here.
There's one right there. Do you know who this man is? For the record, he's a man named Lionel Messi.
My dad is Argentine. He's going to kill me for not knowing that one.
Look at that. I mean, how many of them didn't know who Messi was? How many? Nah, I ain't having it. But maybe they just don't watch football. Maybe they don't watch football. I don't know. COVID's been hard for people. Lost their memories. I don't know. Smash that like and share button, people. Keep them super chats coming up as well. We've got a bit of fun now for you. You've enjoyed these the last few weeks. We're going to hand back over to Rocket, who's in the Legends area, for the fan-on-fan quiz.
Thank you, Terry. Absolutely shocking. How do you not know who Messi is? I don't know. I mean,
Who said he was a farmer?
that's madness. Anyway, gents, it's time to predict the outcome of the Arsenal versus Crystal Palace game on Monday. It's a big one, and we're going to do that via the form of a quiz. You've got 60 seconds to answer as many Arsenal questions as you can correctly, and you have 60 seconds to answer as many Palace questions as you can. Whoever answers the most questions correctly in their time wins. Simple as that, gents. Okay, can we get 60 seconds on the clock? Okay, Colin, how are you feeling, first of all?
I just want to do better than Sonny. That's the only thing. That's it.
That's
Just
the
do better
benchmark.
than Sonny, and then we're okay. He was very dead.
Here we go. Let's have it. Okay, your time starts now. How many FA Cups have Arsenal won?
14.
Correct. What colour is this season's Arsenal home goalkeeper kit?
Green.
Correct. Who is Arsenal's record signing?
Nico Pepe.
Correct. What year did Arsenal move to the Emirates?
2006.
Correct. Who is the oldest player in the Arsenal squad?
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Correct. Who wears the number 25 for Arsenal?
Oh God. Pass. I'm not going to.
El Neni. Where did Arsenal play before Highbury?
Oh God. Woolwich. Does Woolwich? Oh God. Skip.
It was Manor Ground. What is the capacity of the Emirates to the nearest 1,000?
63.
I'll take it. 60. What animal is Arsenal's mascot?
Gunnosaurus. It's a dinosaur.
Correct. Which Arsenal player was voted hottest Premier League player in 2015?
Who would that? Giroud? I don't know.
Correct. Who did Arsenal sign from Zenit in 2009?
Andre Arshavin.
Correct. Name one of Arsene Wenger's middle names. Started, so I'll finish.
Professor.
No. Albert, I'll guess.
Oh, it's not a bad guess, to be fair. It was Charles or Ernest. Good stuff. KJ, how many did you score?
I'm like 8, bro.
Hey, I tell you what, decent, Colin. I'll tell you that, mate. 8. Yeah, 8's a good benchmark. Right, D, 8. You feeling confident, mate?
Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am, actually. Let's keep the energy.
Yeah, go on, KJ.
I saw a little bit of hinting, a little bit of whispering.
Cheating?
Give it 7.
Hold on.
Give it 7.
I want to... What's Corin's saying?
Someone did say it. I'll take it.
7. Hey, that's decent. That's decent of you. He's a fair man. Right, so 7 is the score to beat. Here we go, D. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. What year were Crystal Palace founded?
1905.
Correct. What colour is the ball on the club's badge?
White.
It's red. Which current player has been at the club for the longest?
Joe Wood.
Correct. Where are Crystal Palace currently in the Premier League table?
14th.
Correct. What nationality is Wilf Zaha?
Ivory Coast.
Correct. What is the name of the eagle that flies around Selhurst Park pre-game?
No, Alice. But Eagle. Skip.
Kayla, how many times have Palace been promoted to the Premier League?
3.
Correct. What number does Conor Gallagher wear?
Oh, damn, I love him as well. 23?
Yes, I'll give it to you. Who did Patrick Vieira manage before Palace?
New York and Nice.
Correct. How much did Christian Benteke cost?
27 or 30 million. It depends, it's debatable. 30.
No, it's 28 million. How many seasons was Roy Hodgson in charge of Palace?
4.
Correct. Which two colours are on the season's Crystal Palace third kit?
White and blue.
Yes, he got it. He got 9. He got 9 pips at the post. Well done, Dean. So there we have it. Good effort, lads. Good effort. So there we have it. You heard it here first. Crystal Palace are going to beat Arsenal on Monday. Watch his space. Over to you, Tel.
Wow, that was brilliant. That was really good. Much better than Sonny, no doubt about it. No one making up animals, which is really good as well. There was a comment that made me die, though, during that. And somebody said that Curran looks like a Poundland Hugh Wizzy. Big up Hugh Wizzy, my guy. That was funny. That made me laugh. That was really, really good. We've got a lot of previews coming up on tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. As we said at the beginning, we're going to be previewing Leicester versus Manchester United, Brentford, Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham, and Arsenal versus Palace. But first up, I'm going to hand back over to Kjo, who's with the fans in the Legend Zone, to take a look at the 12:30 kickoff tomorrow, Watford versus Liverpool.
Yes, the Premier League is back and Liverpool and Watford kick it off. Now, here's the thing. Alisson and Fabinho both out of the game due to playing for Brazil last night, this morning, whatever you want to say it is, they've been playing football, they're just getting back now. No Alisson or Fabinho for Liverpool. Also, our injuries starting to return. You've got Thiago Alcantara, you've got Curtis Jones, your other players slowly starting to get more injuries for Liverpool. Our Liverpool fans, are you worried right now that the pandemic of injuries are coming back to your football club, or do you think it's just a little blip and you guys are going to be fit? And also, remember that this time, was it 2 seasons ago? Liverpool's unbeaten run was finished by Watford. Can that happen again? What will Klopp do this time to make sure he gets the victory? Guys, I want to know in the comment section right below, what are Liverpool going to do to make sure they beat the mighty Hornets? Talking about asking fans for their opinion, Adam.
Yes, sir.
Go on, Ad, big ads.
Can I just say, what a fantastic introduction, KJ. Take it away, sir. Take it away. What do you want to know?
I want to know, like, Liverpool, can they beat Watford? Can they overcome that little hiccup they did 2 seasons ago?
Liverpool can beat Watford, of course, but Ismail Assar is looking fantastic. And I reckon he can get the better of Andy Robertson, who we both know is the worst Scottish left-back playing in the Premier League right now. Because, you know, big up man like KT. Anyway, so yeah, we know that they can win. More than likely, Virgil van Dijk, he's going to be playing, so he's going to be able to pocket their striker. I can't even remember his name. I swear it's Emmanuel Dennis or something like that. So I think Virgil van Dijk being there is going to be enough. Joe Gomez, even if he plays, it will be enough. But I think one thing we've always said about Liverpool since the start of the season is that their squad depth isn't going to quite be enough. And I think it's starting to show. As those cold winter months set in, the injuries start to take their toll. The South American players won't want to come out of their nice little hibernation chambers. They won't like it. It's going to get peak for them. They're not winning the league this season. But I do think they'll have enough to get through this game.
Okay. I've got one more question for anyone here. You want to come in your through? All right. Talking about South American players not wanting to come out and play. Obviously, Fabinho, Alisson just coming from the nice, wonderful weather of the sun of Brazil. They're not being able to play. Is that going to be a massive problem for Liverpool?
I mean, if you look at the Liverpool midfield this weekend, it'll probably be Henderson, Ox, and I'm not even sure who.
Navigator.
Probably Navigator, yeah. So it's a bit peak, but it's Watford. I mean, I do think they've just sacked their manager. I mean, Ranieri is great and everything, but has he had enough time to work with his players? I very much doubt it. They're a team that's not looking like they're very stable right now. I don't think they're good defensively. I do like Ismail Assar. It's a very good point. But I don't know. I don't see it. I see Liverpool running it, and I will back up Andy Robertson, second best left back in the league, in the Scottish left back in the league.
You guys are forgetting one key thing that goes in Watford's favour, and that's Adrian Tax, bro. Adrian tax right there.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. For sure.
That's 12 versus 10 at that 100%. Point, so who knows?
That's definitely the most obvious miss. Like that's the most obvious downgrade. Like Alisson to Adrian is such a drop in quality, and it's only when Alisson is missing that you realise how much stability he gives to that back four and how much he contributes to Liverpool's style of play. I completely agree, man. Adrian's a lot more of a classic goalkeeper, but when the pressure's on him, has he got enough to handle it in the Premier?
I would say calamity, not classic.
Sure.
And then we got Patrick with the last opinion here. Then we're gonna go back.
Everyone's forgetting that Salah's in the form of his life, 100%. And to be fair, as long as Salah's playing, Liverpool are going to win the game.
Fair. It's not about Ismail Assar, it's about Mohamed Salah.
I hear that. Wait, but one thing we are forgetting though, is Watford love a new manager bounce. That man sacked their manager real quick, and I got a new one in real quick. Ranieri is back in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? So can Ranieri get some nice little opera going at Watford? Well, I don't know. I'm not going to be too sure. But Terry is going to go over to your comments right now about this game. Over to you, Terry.
Okay, Joe.
Smashed it. Well done, mate. Quality. I will say this though. Adrian ain't going to play. It's going to be Kelleher in goal. Kelleher's going to play, right?
Will he?
Yeah, Kelleher's going to play. That's my view. A lot of the comment.
Is Carrie still there?
No.
Wait, Carrie's still there?
He's there legally.
Why are we talking about Karius?
I swear they still have him. I swear they still signed him.
Isn't he on loan again?
But he ain't gonna.
He's on loan. Ah, cool.
I'm confused. I don't understand. What is going on? I just like it when it's. Do you know what it is? I just like it when it's you and me at home. When you invite all these people in and weird things happen. Weird things. Just love you lot, really. I do. Right, I'm going to get back on my chair though. Right? So what are the comments saying here? Okay, Messi didn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. We'll go back onto that in a minute. We've got some super chats on that. A lot of people not liking Adam right now. They say Adam's being salty. Adam's typical Liverpool agenda. Predictions though, most people predicting a Liverpool win, and I stand by it. Mohamed Salah, best player in the world right now. He's on absolute fire. I can't see anything other. I cannot see anything other than a Liverpool win tomorrow. 3-4 goals they're going to score. I think they might even finish the weekend top of the league if a few other results go their way as well. But we want your views, we want your opinions on that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's a 12:30 kickoff. I'm old. I'm not too old, but I'm old. And I miss 3 o'clock games, all games on Saturdays being 3 o'clock kickoffs. There's some nostalgic things about football that I absolutely love. And I do really, really miss that. Now, I want to know some of the things that you miss in football. I want to know some of the things that, whether it be Sabuti or whether it be Merlin sticker books or whatever it is, I want to know what they are. Get them into the comments. We're going to run a VT for you now that's taking a look back at some of the best old school football memorabilia and collectibles out there. Javern, run that VT.
Here are 4 things that need to make a comeback in football. Number 1, football stickers, pogs and microstar chocolate pods. It made going grocery shopping with the elders fun when you saw that you got free stickers with your pack of crisps. In 2002, Merlin teamed up with Walkers to provide customers with stickers inside their products. Stickers would then be added to a separate collection in the centre of the sticker book, so the only way to complete them was to buy the crisps. Clearly a very clever marketing strategy, but one that I feel should return. Another piece of football memorabilia that I feel should be making its way back onto the confectionery stands was the Microstars football pod figurines. Corinthian launched the Microstars range in early 2001, and these tiny figures of your football heroes were encased in a small plastic container hidden in the middle of a chocolate ball. Each figurine contained 5 elements on the bottom of its base, which were pass, tackle, dribble, cross and shoot, so you could play effectively a game of football against your mates. And then of course we all remember its advert.
Crazy football mad, grab a Microstar, play football with the lads. There's Rooney.
And number 2 is the red tongue on Predators. Adidas first made a statement in 1994 when it released its first ever Adidas Predator. The Predator Touch was not only the model that featured directional traction studs for the first time, but it also was the debut of the fold-over tongue in order to give players a cleaner strike of the ball. And then the dreaded day came in 2009 when Adidas released the Predator X, the first ever Adidas Predator that didn't contain the red tongue. And then there was the retro brand logos. Nike recently teased us in 2019-2020 season by releasing a few replica shirts with the return of the Nike Futura logo, which was widely received by fans across the world. Which makes me think, why aren't these a thing anymore? However, we are yet to see the famous and iconic Adidas trefoil logo make a comeback to any football kit since the 1990s. Launched in 1972, the trefoil logo started to feature on club shirts, and it was only when the three-striped logo that we know today was designed in 1997 that we would never see the trefoil logo on a football kit again. At number 4, there's long sleeve shirts. Now, we've all had a run-in with a long sleeve shirt, haven't we? From the days of under 10 Sunday League football wearing an XXL shirt that could fit your old man, to the iconic long sleeve England away shirt worn in 1966 by Bobby Moore, they have a well-deserved place in football folklore. But where have they gone? Manufacturers have slowly started to discontinue the production line of long sleeve shirts. In 2019, the MLS discontinued long sleeve shirts, apparently due to its lack of demand for the variant. In fact, in the Premier League, currently only Arsenal, Everton, Man City, Norwich and West Ham offer a long sleeve alternative in their stores, with Manchester United only offering the long sleeve model on their home shirts. But the long sleeve shirts aren't going down quietly. Sergio Ramos and Leroy Sané have both recently been seen on the international stage, still repping the famous design. What would you like to see make a return in football? Let me know in the comments below.
Thank you very much indeed. It's nice having a little bit of a flashback. But now we're going to have a bit of a flash forward, because the Golden Boy nominations have been announced today. Javern's going to put them up on the screen for us to see right now. And there's some serious talent that's coming through. And it's really exciting because you're seeing the Lewandowskis, the Ronaldos, the Messis coming towards the end of their careers. And now the new generation are on their way through. You can see there the Maldini's name in there. Of course, Jude Bellingham, Pedri, Gavi, Gil from Tottenham, Mason Greenwood as well, Saliba, William Saliba,
come on, mate.
Saka's in there, some really talented players. I want to ask KJ first of all, like who do you think of all those names? Who do you really think deserves it?
Okay, listen. Obviously, I want to get this one out of the way. Mason Greenwood deserves the Golden Boy, bro. You see this kid, yeah? All right, now, relax. Listen, you see this kid, yeah? Absolutely amazing. I love this boy. The way that he's been growing from strength to strength at Man United, even when he's faced adversity with that poor start to the last season, and he's come out from that, he's just looking wonderful. That's my personal bias point of view, you know what I mean? That was always going to be the one. But for me, considering everything, taking bias out of it, there's one candidate. I enjoy Pedri. I thought Pedri had a wonderful Euros. I think Nuno Mendes deserves a shout out because going into that sporting team and winning the league with them, getting team of the year, that's a massive, at like 18, 19 years old, that's a massive achievement. Also, Musiala as well, going to that Bayern Munich team, beautiful. But for me, has to be Jude Bellingham. Has to be Jude Bellingham, because Jude Bellingham, not only did he go into that dormant team for the first year out of England, first year out of his comfort zone, he went in that Dortmund team and he thrived and he excelled and he played important roles in nearly every game that he played. Obviously I didn't see all of them, so I'm not going to act like I've seen them all, but what I have seen of Jude Bellingham is a maturity beyond his age. He's scored important goals for Dortmund, he's had big performances, and he's helped them get not just a Pokal, but to the Champions League quarterfinals as well. Yeah. So all that considering the age that he is as well, absolutely amazing season. And plus, my fellow Bommy boy as well from my hometown. So I've got to back my guy. So for me, Jude Bellingham, 100% deserves it.
Yeah, do you know what? There's so many players, you've mentioned this, so many could be on that list. You mentioned Pedri. I mean, I'm really impressed with Gavi. Just him and Pedri, just the way that they play, they dominate the ball. To do that at such a young age, the intelligence that's needed to do that is phenomenal. Of course, I'm biased towards Mason Greenwood because I have an affinity and a love towards him. The quality of finishing he has for a player of his age is just absolutely, impeccable. I think Jude Bellingham is a really good shout. Viewers, we want your view and your opinion. I'm seeing a lot of Phil Fodens. I don't know if Phil Foden qualifies for it. I don't think I didn't see his name on there.
His name's not on there.
His name's not on there. Emil Smith-Rowe's been mentioned in the comments as well. A few people were saying Saka. We're going to go over to our fans in the Legend Corner with Rocket. I want to ask Liaz, actually, who he thinks deserved it.
I think, like you said, there's really a lot of good names. I mean, you look at, for me, even Cherokee is one to really look out for in the future. North African talent right there. But when I look at the whole body of work for 2021, I look at Pedri Gonzalez and what he did for Barcelona, coming into a team that is just in disarray all year, makes himself a starter immediately, and then he goes to the Euros, which, when you compare him to Bellingham wasn't able to cement his place in that team. Sure. Pedri was in that team. He was one of the main guys. Masterclass in the semifinal, goes to the Olympics, plays so many minutes there, and now Messi's gone. He's one of the faces at Barcelona, and I think his whole 2021, no one can really touch that.
Yeah, I think Pedri is one of those key signs. Last season playing all but one league game, and he's one of those small little differences that have stopped people going into total meltdown about Barcelona. They're going back to that La Masia thing, as they've mentioned before as well. Gavi coming into the mix as well. So for pure consistency and influence over a team, to have an influence on a team like Barcelona is no mean feat at that age. And I completely agree. While I think Jude Bellingham has had a great season, Pedri's been able to influence and impact himself at national and international levels, you know? So.
Thoughts on Greenwood?
Great finisher, fantastic on the ball, can finish with either foot. Needs to get a bit stronger, but other than that, he's fantastic. And I'm just happy that my boy Brian Gill's in there as well. Tidy player, needs to play a bit more for Spurs, to be honest, but every time I've seen him, he's talented and he's direct as well. He gets at his man, can beat a man either foot, and he's creative as well. So yeah, I'm loving the fact that he's there.
Really, it's like, if you're talking about two potential players, I think Jude and Pedri, there's no point in talking about Pedri because all the guys have already said what I was going to say about him. But I want to give a shout out to Jude, really. Even if he doesn't win it, I think he's a phenomenal player. What he's doing for Dortmund is just absolutely ridiculous. And I feel like he's getting slept on at times because he's not playing in the Prem. But when he does come to the Prem, which I think he will do in the near future, I think people are going to realise how talented he is.
Sure. I guess another name that slept on is Jamal Musiala, like someone that Hansi Flick has really put all his eggs on and said at international level, you're going to be my guy. He's scored goals at international level as well. And again, imposing himself in a team like Bayern Munich. Musiala's been slept on, I think, a lot.
I mean, there's a couple of names that we haven't really talked about. Gravenberch is he's up and coming. I think he's going to be one of the top midfield talents in Europe as well. And then you've got names like from Arsenal as well. So Saka and Saliba as well. Saliba, one of the best young centre backs in France at the moment. He's going to come back and he's going to be one of the best centre backs for us as well, if not the best centre back. I think there's a lot of players that are slept on in this thing. A name that I think that should have been on there was Karim Adeyemi, but it is what it is. But in terms of up and coming talent, I would have to give it to Pedri as well. I think Jude's had a great year, but it's Pedri's year. The Euros capped it off playing, I think, 72 games in one season. The man was playing Olympics at one point. Like, just give that man a bed, let him sleep. Like, it's just
he's worked for it. If you
don't want to give him a rest, just give him the golden ball.
Exactly. Yeah. He literally earned it.
So, Terry, Pedri gets the vote over here, mate.
Yeah, he does, and a lot of people are going to agree with that as well. What I find interesting about the Jude Bellingham talk is he's doing it in, that's what I love about football fans. Jude Bellingham's doing it in Germany, and it's amazing. Jadon Sancho did it in Germany, and I'm hearing Bundesliga tax. That's what I love. That's what I love about football fans. It's literally the way things change every single day. Jude Bellingham getting so much love in the comment section as well. We had some super chats that have come through. Paul Ross says, "Oi Till, how is this Friday night Terrace, not Friday night BS? It's odd to see you bald." And then he come back with another super chat and said, "Only joking, mate. Love the show. Keep doing it." Thank you very much there, Paul Ross, for the little bit of banter there as well. We had a few other super chats that have skipped off the screen. We'll get them up a little bit later. We won't forget about them. But most people, as we see in the comment sections here, really backing Pedri mainly. It's literally just Pedri the whole way down pretty much I've seen tonight. But look, we want your thoughts, we want your feelings on that. Now, we're going to go into the second preview. Second preview. It was a late night last night at the Football Content Awards, which... I had to, carry the hosting job because I had to carry the hosting job last night. It was very, very good to be there in front of all hundreds of my fans. No, I'm joking. It was a really good night, though. Legit. If you can see what Rocket was doing there. It was a really good night. A little bit tired, so my head's gone. But yeah, listen, by the way, on last night, all the content creators that were nominated, that got voted, even just got one vote and didn't even get into the shortlist. A big congratulations to every single one of them. And the boys over there were clapping as well. And I think what was really beautiful for me to see was some 15-year-old lad went up to Rocket who came third, and he was like, "This is the best day of my life." Some of the celebrations from some of the smaller podcasts and non-league kind of content creators was amazing, and it's brilliant to see how far and how quickly this industry is going. And I think the next couple of years is going to see it skyrocket again. So if you are watching and you were there last night, a big congratulations to you, because you thoroughly deserve it. Now, over to KJ, where we're going to be previewing, I think, the biggest game this weekend, maybe, Leicester City versus Manchester United.
We are in for a massive game. Both teams with something to fight for on the weekend. First of all, though, returning like the Premier League, Marcus Rashford looks like he is set to return for Manchester United, a big player that has been heavily missed by the Red Devils. However, no Varane, no Maguire, no Fred, and no Cavani available for Man United. How will Oli adapt to that change? Also, on the Leicester side, Brendan Rodgers. He's been linked with a move away from Leicester, actually, surprisingly, over the last few days. You've got Newcastle circling around with their new takeover. Is he the man to build that club up to something glorious? And also, apparently, he's on the short list for Manchester City to take over from Pep Guardiola. So there is a little bit of rumblings in the Leicester City camp. Will that affect anything? They've had a turbulent season already. They're not being playing up to the standard that we thought they would. Is this going to add a bit more pressure, and it's going to add a bit more turmoil to their season? And also, talking about managers, every week you got to talk about this manager, and it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He is under immense pressure, and many people on social media are believing that this is his start of the end at Manchester United. So that is the questions that I am asking you guys in the audience here in the comment section. Let us know what you think about Brendan Rodgers, Oli, the fact that Rashford's coming back, and the fact that so many players are out for Man United, and actually Leicester as well. They're missing some important players too. It's going to be an exciting game. Right, Leah's here. We're both repping that Manchester United crest. How are you feeling about tomorrow's game?
You know, first of all, I found it really funny that you were talking about no Maguire, no Varane, no Cavani. You snuck in Fred right there. Like, that was like some big loss or something.
Hey, he played for Ali. He's a key man.
Advantage, Man United. Nah, listen, man. I mean, it's been a really bad few weeks. That's why I'm saying international break was a godsend low-key, but this is a must-win for Man United and for Oli, because you look at the next few games, not to fast forward, but you got Liverpool, you got Atalanta, you got Spurs, you got Atalanta again. If he doesn't win this game right here, I know most of us are pretty confident like he's not going to get fired this year, but if we've already lost 4 out of our last 6 games, or we're unbeaten 4 of our last 6 games, if we don't win, I'd say 2 or 3 of these next ones, man, it's a long day for Oli.
Why remind me about this, man? Why am I here?
You get the truth.
Why am I here? Nah. All right, cool. Leicester, though. Leicester, they've not been too great themselves. Current. Leicester City, can they cause an upset even with their injuries and all their noise about their manager?
Look, you've got 2 dead teams, and when you have 2 dead teams, they're just gonna basically cancel each other out. I'm just calling a draw right now, and they I'm gonna say they look dead. Both teams look dead. You got Oli playing 5-0-5 with Pogba trying to launch balls up onto the wings either side, and you got Brendan Rodgers with no centre backs and no build-up structure, and he's got one of the best midfield talents in European football in Boubacar Samari. He's not even using him properly. It's peak. It's gonna be a dead game from 2 dead teams.
Wow, 2 dead teams. 2 dead teams.
Listen, I think Leicester's an incredible team, just suffering from a bit of staleness, and they need a bit more freshening up. Normally we like to think that in the transfer market they make great signings, whether it's a combination of injuries, whether it's a combination of if it's not broke, don't fix it. They're going through a bit of a lull. I think the biggest problem is that both teams really don't want to draw, they can't afford to lose, and they have to win all at the same time, and that makes for a cagey affair because no one wants to make a mistake. But Oli has got to think about it. But maybe these injuries, well, maybe Fred not being there might give Oli a bit of a relief in how to fit in some top-heavy players into the team. There's a certain player that you can't afford to drop, otherwise the world goes into, you know what I mean? The world goes into meltdown. But it'd be interesting to see how other people come into it as well. Sancho, this could be a great time for Sancho to announce himself in a match.
Yeah, great time for Sancho, great time for Matic. Probably not Donny though, because you know what it's like with him, man. It's peak. It's very peak. But Donny, Ollie, if you're listening, please play Donny. Right, score predictions, big games, score predictions.
I'm going to contradict myself. I know I just said how shit we are, but I think we're going to win 3-1 United.
Woo! Big score.
I'm going 2-1 Leicester.
Okay, Leicester going to win there.
United win. I don't know what the score will be. 3-1.
3-1 again.
2-1 Leicester. Let's do it.
Nah, you know what? I will say this. They have got Ronaldo and they have got individual talent. So 1-0 Ronaldo, go on then. But it's going to be a dead game. It's going to be a dead game. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be exciting.
All right, that is the predictions. That is
excited for that game before you are now.
If it's great, then come.
These are the predictions of the guys in this room right now. We're going to go over to Terry. He's going to get your predictions and talk about your comments. Over to you, Terry.
There we go. It's going to be a dead game, but we know Curran is going to be searching the internet for a stream at 3 o'clock. We know it. It's a dead game. I don't watch Man United. I just watch all their games. Yeah, there we go. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? We've got a few score predictions coming in. Jules, one of our members and one of our moderators, says 5-1 United. I'd love that. King Zano, it says 4-4. That wouldn't be a dead game, would it, Curran? Do you know what I mean? That wouldn't be a dead game. 2-0 to United. What Daniel thinks. Fire, one of our, listen, that he's been a member a year now at the Football Terrace. 2-1 to Leicester is what he's predicting. Sammy thinks 5-0 Leicester. Some big predictions. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. It can go either way. We want your views. We want your opinions on that. We had some super chats. I don't want to miss these. I want to go back to them. And then we're going to go on to the next preview. Sunshine, my guy Sunshine with a super chat here says, just a message to show love to the main slice of bread. Keep working hard, pushing boundaries and winning with good people. Bless him. Hashtag glory Man United. Now listen, you bang on. Always do it with good people. Super chat from, how do I pronounce his name again, KJ? Fator. I always call him father. It's Fator. I'm terrible. It's my dyslexic brain. I'm very sorry, my brother. He says here, Timo Werner haters will be in the mud this weekend. Let's have it right. He will be on fire again, is what he said there after the international break. Next game we're going to be previewing for you is going to this actually game has got me very excited this week, and you can see I'm kind of twisting my body up a little bit of excitement. Newcastle versus Tottenham, takeover bounce and all that jazz. Back over to KJ to preview this one for us.
Yes, a wonderful game coming up right now. Newcastle getting probably the best, greatest moment they can probably have in their lives. Seeing Mike actually ousted from their club. It must have been beautiful. Hey, listen, hopefully it happens at a certain Manchester team seeing their owners go, but we won't go into that today right now. They got a big investment now in Newcastle, and lots of talk of signing Mbappe, signing Haaland, signing all these massive players. Newcastle look like they're on the rise compared to their opponents right now. Spurs, who are just running the mill right now. They're not really doing much. Their owners aren't investing as much as these guys are going to do. But we're in for a good game. We're here with Patrick, Spurs fan.
Same, Paddy.
You know what? I can't lie, I'm kind of scared of this game. Like, typically Newcastle, where you wouldn't really think much of it, but if there's such a thing as a new owner, whatever you want to call it, bounce, this is the game. And it's just typical that it would be us, Tottenham, that have to play Newcastle as their first game. Exactly. It's so Spursy. And like, away, St. James is going to be buzzing. They're going to be full of beans, full of energy. And I'm a bit worried, man. I'm a bit worried.
Yeah, but guys, we're acting like the takeover's happened and Mbappe's chilling and going white eye and drinking brown ale, man. No. Listen, Steve Bruce is still in the dugout playing the worst football Newcastle's ever seen. You know,
who's in the opposition dugout? They're going to be up for it as well, though.
They'll be up for it. Like, yeah, they'll bounce to the thing. But at the end of the day, apart from St. Maximin, you've still got an incredibly dead team. I don't even know if Callum Wilson's back. And remember, Steve Bruce is still there. If they, let's say Martial's debut, because I reckon Newcastle are going to sign Martial. You heard it here first. But like, let's say that happens. You've got a reason to be excited. But apart from having millions in the bank account, basically, I've just won the lottery, but I'm still in a council flat, and I've not spent anything yet. So why are you looking at me like I'm going to take you?
That is true. That is true. But
They're still in a council flat.
That is as well.
It's
But-
lovely flat, I'd say.
But you also gotta think as well on the Spurs end. A certain captain of England has not been turning up since the Euros.
Exactly that.
Since his move away collapsed, he has not been looking good. Harry Kane. The question is that I want to ask you guys in the comment section. Is Harry Kane finished at Spurs? At Spurs.
What kind of
That's a question. I've seen it on socials, people saying he's finished, but I'm saying, is he finished at Spurs? Does he need that move to kick on again?
Harry Kane's not finished at Spurs. Come on, he's still a world-class striker. But if I was the manager and if I had some balls, I would drop Harry Kane. I'll put him on the bench and sit him down right now.
So he's not finished, you're going to put him on the bench?
Yeah, he needs a rest. He needs to come out of the limelight for a bit. He needs to reset. He needs to refocus. He needs to recalibrate. But the problem is, Tottenham being Tottenham, we don't have another striker. We don't have adequate backup. So he has to play through it. Sure. And him playing through it, he's dead. He's gone through the motions. He's not really there. So if I was the manager, I would sit him down.
I'm gonna go over to D. D, come here. You've signed a new striker who started off on form. You know what I'm saying? After scoring goals. Harry Kane, is he finished at Spurs? Does he need that move away for him to kick on again?
Look, part of me says he's finished if Nuno's there. Because I feel like Nuno has impacted him massively. The type of football they're trying to play there, that doesn't really suit Harry Kane. You're talking about Harry Kane coming into midfield. He's a striker. He's one of the best strikers in the world. Why is he dropping so deep?
He did it last season. It was amazing.
Huh?
He did it last season.
Yeah, but it's a different system. It's a different system. So Nuno's definitely impacted him. But the only way that Harry Kane isn't finished is if he wants to move to City still. Because he will still go out there and he'll try to perform and get that move. So it depends on... So I'm 50-50 with it. If Nuno stays, it's not going to help him. But if Harry Kane wants that move to City, he also can't be playing like this because, you know, City might be looking at it and saying, well...
I'm saying City don't want that guy anymore, man. You got Erling Haaland.
No, you're disrespecting him. No, that's disrespectful. That's disrespect. He's one of the best strikers in the world. City will still want him, but if we're talking about... There's still lots of games to be played until January.
There's a lot... The January is coming and there's a lot to say, but we've got more teams to talk about. We're going to do quick predictions and then we'll go back over to Terry.
3-1 Tottenham.
Oh, 3-1 win there.
Let's go 1-0 Newcastle. Let's make it fun. Let's make it fun. New owners. Hopefully they go get a result and Spurs will be Spurs, isn't it?
Takeover bounce.
2-0 against a resilient Newcastle, but Spurs will win 2-0.
2-1 Joe Willock winner.
Oh my God!
Ooh, the scenes.
0-0.
0-0. Imagine that if that was a 0-0 after all this hype of the new takeover and stuff. Right. Over to Terry now. He's going to go over to your comments and your predictions. Take it away.
It's going to be so interesting to see what happens now because although there was fans, I was quite joyous for Newcastle. They got rid of Mike Ashley and their future looks bright. It's great to see working class, salt of the earth people, get that horrible owner out of their club and someone in that wants to make their club bigger and better. I'm now over that and I want Newcastle to lose every single game they play because they're a threat now, and that's not disrespect, that's not saltiness, that's rivalry. They will become a rival of everybody in the top 4, top 6, big 6. Anybody who's got any ambitions to try and win the league, they are going to try and compete with that. So I expect every team to try and condemn them to the championship this season before they can maybe get a head start, and that should be the motivation of every single team. So it's going to be really intriguing to see if this new takeover bounce is real, what it does, how it motivates other people that maybe are inspired to beat them now because of what's coming. I love your thoughts and feelings on how teams are going to line up and set up against Newcastle. We're seeing some predictions here. Sammy thinks 4-1 to Newcastle this weekend. That is a huge prediction. Chris George, one of our members and moderators, says 2-0 to Newcastle as well, which will be interesting. What's it? Global CFC says man's blaming Nuno, blame Southgate too. Clown is what he says there. Terry, you're talking poo-poo. They won't be a threat for 3 to 5 years. That's why I said eventually.
Tell him.
You know what I mean? But now, you realise if they drop to the Championship, my bro, that's a year or two longer it's going to take them to make it to the top. But they're coming, and they're coming hard, and they're going to be rivals. So don't forget about them. You know what I mean? It's just trust me. Trust me. You ever seen the film Ill Manners? When Chris was little Chris and he was getting mistreated, then he become the kingpin. Don't miss. You know what I'm saying? There's a message. Watch Ill Manners. Great film by Plan B. Anyway, back to my Plan B, KJ. Whee! Look at that. I know. We're going to be previewing now. I'm looking forward to this game as well. They've had a brilliant start to their life in the Premier League. Brentford. Chelsea going all guns blazing, top of the league as well. Over to KJ with the boys in the Legend area.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go and say what you want me to say after that, innit? Cool. I see this guy. Yo, hey, listen, Terrace a pagan. Don't let me say that. Hey. I'm sorry. Say it, come on. Oh, hey, listen. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. All right, cool. Brentford have started off really, really well, like a bit too well for my liking for newly promoted side. But you gotta show them the respect that they deserve. Can they now continue that form? They've got a draw against Liverpool. They beat Arsenal. Can they go into this game with confidence, knowing that they can potentially get a win against Chelsea, who are currently sitting on top of the table? Talking about being on top of the table, are Chelsea going to stay there? They've got Liverpool breathing down their necks, Man City breathing down their necks, Brentford breathing down their necks right now. So that's what I want to see. That's what I want to know from you guys in the comment section. But before we go to some of the other guys, we've got a special guest with us right now. We've got man like Scott from Give Me Sport, the guy. Oh, hey, give him a round of applause. Hey. You must have seen him on the VT earlier talking about the flashbacks. Talking about flashbacks, how do you remember all that stuff? You were a young man, innit?
Yeah, I've still got all my stuff. Got my match attacks for you guys in the comments. Big up. Respect that. Yeah, and I was still... well, you know... So anyone out there, my number.
Hey. Wait, any ladies watching? He's a single free man.
Terry told me he'd push, you know, he'd push.
Tinder Terrace.
No one showed this to my girlfriend.
Anyway, all jokes aside, your boys Chelsea, you got Thomas Tuchel, top of the league.
Yeah.
Brentford, challenging team right now. Yeah. How do you think you're going to do?
It's going to be tough. I think it'll be actually quite a tight game. I think we'll win, but I think Brentford being the unknown quantity this year, I think they're going to do a bit of a Sheffield United this year. I think they'll finish in the top half of the table. I think they'll score first, and then I think we'll sort of get a goal back, and then later stages sort of nick it. But yeah, it's going to be tough, and we haven't been playing that well since Anfield, since we got the 1-1. So. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, but should it be tough? Remember, Brentford's stadium costs less than Kai Havertz. Come on. Like, should it be tough? I said something earlier on this week about on the Bet Victor show. Go watch that Bet Victor show every Monday and every Thursday. Yes. Monday and Thursday. Yeah, Rock is nodding, so I'm correct. Still got it. Yeah. I said that. As much as you got the lower teams coming up playing good football, it shouldn't matter to the top teams. You should always beat them and put them where they belong in the Premier League.
But they got Andy Taylor as well.
And they got Andy Taylor apparently. But does that apply here, Leah? Like, do you actually think that because Brentford are playing so well, actually Chelsea should be being cautious right now?
Yeah, for sure, man. Because especially these late night games on Saturdays, I feel like you see a big team.
Crowds up for it.
Yeah, you always see a big team get shocked by a small team. And Brentford this season have been flying. Ivan Toney, and there's no Rudiger. I'm pretty sure Thiago Silva is out as well. Tony's about to have a field day, man. He's about to eat. So I don't know, Brentford, watch out. That's all I got to say.
And I think above all else as well, just exactly like you said, it doesn't really matter about tactics when you're a team like Brentford in your first season. Every game is a new adventure. Every game against one of these big clubs is like a cup final atmosphere. And I think the biggest thing is their first season. If it was a second season thing, I'd be able to give you a more level-headed, intelligent, fact-based question. But listen, they've lost once. They've won 3, drawn 3. These are great results for a team of Brentford size. And listen, I'm saying that first season feeling where everything is just going amazingly for them, it's a perfect platform for them to put Chelsea to the sword.
Oh, okay. There is a platform for them. I'm going to ask Scott one more question and we're going to do predictions. Do you think Chelsea can win the league?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I think we're going to win it. I think so. Yeah.
Does it start here today? Not today, Saturday.
I wouldn't say this running that we've got now is relatively easy in terms of other teams. Now we've played all the big teams, so if we get, maximum points from these games before we play United at the end of November, then...
Ooh, okay.
I would honestly say this Chelsea team will probably struggle against the smaller teams more than they do against the big teams because Tuchel in those big games is such an advantage. He can game plan against anyone. The small teams is where you need your guys to step up, and outside of Lukaku, no one is really scoring goals for that.
But that is his specialty. Hold tight technique, small game Romelu. You know what I'm saying? That's his specialty. We're gonna go.
Small games, you don't need to score in the big game.
We're gonna go into the score predictions right now. Score predictions is where we're going. So Scott, what do you think? What do you think the score's going to be?
I think it's going to be 1-1 till late on, and then we're going to nick 2 right at the end. We're going to win 3-1.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going 1-1. London derby, Brentford up for it. 1-1.
Okay.
I like the other teams, so let's go Brentford as well. I like all the other teams. I'm going for 2-1 Brentford. I think we're sleeping on Thomas Frank. He's going to be up for it, and the players are going to be up for it as well. And yeah, exactly, Frank Ball. So I think it's going 2-1 Brentford. There's a little derby as well, and yeah, I think Tony's going to cause problems with Chelsea's injuries.
Frank Ball, Frank Ball, come on.
Look, I think, if you have 2 Ballon d'Or contending players in your midfield, then you should really be beating these teams. I do think it'll be a very good game because of the amount of defenders that Chelsea have out. I think probably 3-2 to Chelsea. I think it'll be a big of a ping back and forth affair. I don't think it'll be a low scoring affair at all. So 3-2 Chelsea for me.
3-2 Chelsea.
I think Chelsea are coming for the 3 points, but I think the bus stop in Hounslow is going to see to that. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 2-2.
2-2.
That's my local too, Brentford. So Brentford, let's go 2-1. if United loses this weekend, I'm supporting Brentford. Let's go.
It's all on the line for Liaz. That's the score prediction of the panel here today. We want to know what your score predictions are in the comment sections right now. Super chat in your score predictions and your questions for Terry. Talking about Terry, over to you.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued about this game as well, and every one of the big teams has kind of got like a winnable game this weekend, maybe barring Manchester United, and that tends to be when the upsets happen. I'm looking at the predictions coming in here. Most people predicting Chelsea wins, but not I can't read that, but not something. What does that say? Not was, yeah, it's not a real word, but it says 3-2 Brentford is what he says there. Zubair says 3-0 to Brentford. If that happens, there'll be a meltdown. Manat Leng and Sweet says 2-2. Chris Jules says 2-1 to Chelsea. Free Citizens just got loads of heart eye emojis, of course, clearly looking at me and my Jason Statham looks. Thank you. Hang on, I can do better than that.
No. They don't deserve this. No one wants to see your big ass head, man. Sit down.
Hi.
Switching off.
I love you too. I love you. Oh, come down a bit. I love you too. That's really close, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too close.
Fucking hell. All right, there we go. Honest, I can see my breakfast. Which was a warmed up double cheeseburger. That's an in-joke. You're not going to get it. But there we go. Next preview, though, I'm going to go and join them over there. I'm going to go and join everyone. I'm going to go and join them. It's going to be Arsenal versus Palace. Smash that like button, share this stream, subscribe to the Footy Terrace. I'm going to stroll over there now and get this done.
Here you go. Come on, welcome Terry.
I'm going to join the group. Come on.
Look at it. Read it. Beautiful.
It's all right, I like it.
This is yours.
Oh, that's for me. We're going to go Arsenal versus Palace. It is going to be, for me, it's going to be an amazing game. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. There's so much to look at here. You've got Patrick Vieira returning to Arsenal for the first time as a manager. Woo! Is it going to be a happy return? You've got a lot of Arsenal fans out there who think the corner has been turned and something special is on the horizon for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal Football Club. And I also want to talk about the potential of Mike Dean Tat. Are Arsenal fans worried about him? But I'm going to start off with Palace first of all. I've got to start off with Palace here. How are you feeling about going to the Emirates under this resurgence they're under?
I'm buzzing. I can't wait for this game. I'm not nervous at all. I should be nervous. It's Palace going to Arsenal, but I'm not nervous at all because what Vieira's done to this Palace side since he's come in, we've got belief in our side. We're going to go out there and try and play on the front foot, which we haven't done under Roy Hodgson for the last 3 to 4 years. So overall, I'm excited by it. I genuinely think we can go out there and get a result. Some of the players like Zaha, they're up for it as well. We've got Conor Gallagher on the side, which we didn't have before facing Arsenal. We've got some quality players this summer. I think they're going to show up in this game, and I think that we've got a genuine chance of getting a result.
Do you feel that you can break Arsenal down? Do you feel like you've got enough to, beat their back line? A lot of Arsenal fans are talking about a defence that's going to be good enough to win Premier Leagues. Do you think you've got enough firepower to break them down and score?
100%. You got Wilfried Zaha there, Olise. He's a youngster from Reading who came. He should be starting this game. Not many people have been speaking about him because he's only been coming off the bench, but he's going to be in that game. Conor Gallagher, who's good going forward. James McCarthy. I think we've got enough players there. I genuinely do, and I feel like Arsenal, the pressure's on Arsenal. The pressure's not on us. The only games that Palace have lost to so far this season is Chelsea and also Liverpool. And the Liverpool game, Jurgen Klopp said it was the hardest 3-0 victories he's had in his career so far. And that shows the respect that people are showing Palace so far. So honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got the players as well. And yeah, Patrick Vieira, he's going to be up for it. He thinks he's the better manager from Arteta, which it's only 6 games, but I think he's going to be the better manager from Patrick Vieira when the career ends. So overall, yeah, man. Let's have it.
Confident, very, very confident there. And I like hearing that. Look at that. I know. Curran, you're obviously going to be confident about tomorrow's game because you're also confident that Arsenal are, through the woods, top 4 push, going to win the next 4 games on the bounce.
Not 4 games on the bounce. There's always going to be a drop. You're always going to have a Fugazi kind of game. But in terms of the next 4 games, we should be taking, I would say, between 10, maybe even 12 points. But 10 points is realistically. But the first thing I want to say.
But 12 points is. But 12
I know
points
4 is the.
wins.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. We can be.
Oh, but the draw would be like out of the blue, unexpected.
It would be because the thing is, the teams we've got on the next 4 games, it would be unexpected to get to lose those 4 games. But first of all, I do respect Palace. I do respect your fans a lot.
Yeah.
I do appreciate Patrick Vieira, and I will like to say, because I've been to Palace games when they've come to the Emirates, they are some of the loudest fans in the league. They're some of the most respectful fans in the league. So fair play to you, but you're getting smashed.
You got this confidence. Hold up. You got this confidence from beating Norwich and Burnley. Arsenal Football Club this season beat Norwich and Burnley. Who also, even against Brighton, you struggled as well. Bro, I can't wait to face you lot because trust me, on Monday night after this game, you're not gonna have this energy. There's no more bounce back.
Just say, Karen was leading us down a lovely little daisy path, and then you just got him and smashed him in the daisy path. It's like a boxing match now.
But I don't care though. Arsenal, where's the comeback? What? Like, are you actually excited that you beat Norwich and Burnley? Like, with all due respect to them side, Norwich doesn't even look like a Premier League side, and Burnley, they've struggled as well.
I'm not excited about Norwich and Burnley. What I'm excited about is the recruitment. I'm excited about the direction of the club. I'm just excited about how we have one of the youngest teams in the league, and we're still putting on good football. It's been peak. It has been peak, but what's coming is going to come, and you can deny it. You cannot deny it. I've said to Terry already, get me on the end of the season show, and I will tell you right. We can have this. If you're going to smash me for coming 8th, fair enough. But I think I'll have the better at the end of the day, and I will be coming 4th above your Manchester United.
Fourth. Now, I want to go down here. What you say? You're a gooner, and you look more. I want to say this. You're a gooner, and he looks more berated than his rivals.
Guys, I don't know if you've been chilling with Ty or I don't know what you've been on, but listen, I'm one of the most optimistic, Arsenal-loving fans out there. But listen, this season is all about one game at a time. After we beat Spurs and everyone was moving like we were going to win the league, we had Brighton and Crystal Palace, and I said I would be shocked if we got 6 points from those 2 games. We haven't earned the right to go and smash Crystal Palace at all. Odsonne Edouard has taken that team from having a workhorse number 9 to having a bona fide goal threat, a dynamic front 3. Patrick Vieira's got them playing great football, and Arsenal itself, we are a young team. You said it yourself, so we don't really know what our identity is. One minute we'll ball out like in the North London derby, the next minute we'll get pushed back at Brighton. So listen, man, if we win, it will be an incredible achievement, honestly, for Arsenal. We need to take it one game at a time, man.
I want to speak to some of the rivals now to know what they think. Lies, what's your take on this? How do you see this game going?
My head is gone. I heard we're coming 4th, optimistic, Palace. Oh my God, bro.
This Arsenal is a different Arsenal you're watching.
It's at the Emirates, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I think Arsenal are going to win this game. I have a feeling Arsenal's going to win this. 4th, we're going to win the next 4 games. I don't know about all that, though. I think that's a big
I hear you. I hear you on that. How about yourself, bro?
Oh, man, you know what? I've got to be careful because I came on here and said that we would beat Arsenal. We didn't. We got battered in that game. So, like, to be fair...
You've seen both sides.
I know. Arsenal are looking better than what they were before, but to say that they've turned the corner, they're going to finish 4th, it's madness. It's madness.
Fourth would be as big as us winning the league or something. That's how, like...
They got some good young players, but obviously young players need time. They need to develop. They're going to have ups and downs. They should beat Palace. I like Palace, but I think Arsenal will win. But they're going to be ups and downs, man. And I think Arsenal will be lucky if they finish 8th this year.
And a lot of people have got those views. Got those views. I want to ask another question here, off changing the subject slightly. Are you worried about Mike Dean?
I mean, I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not. If he messes up, I'm not going to say, "Oh, screw Mike Dean." If you play the game properly and you win the game, that's all it is at the end of the day. Referees are referees. They make mistakes. VAR is there. You can't put it on the referee to try and make excuses. And I'll just say this right now. I said 4th before the season and after the Man City game. It's not like I've changed at all. It's not like I've come after the Tottenham game and just said, "Oh, we're coming 4th now. We've won against Tottenham." I believe that the lack of European football, the youth in our squad, and the excess of games within that Manchester United have, for example. If you have, for example, you're playing Atlanta twice, you're playing Villarreal, you're playing Leicester, Spurs, Liverpool. It's a game log.
And I do hear that. KJ, you're clapping.
That was ironic.
Yeah. No, it's not ironic. He's right. He's right. Trust the process. It's going well. It's going well. Oh, it's going well. It's going well. Saka has got nominated for the Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? Tomiyasu looking good. Ramsdale gonna be England #1. I've heard title-winning defense being built right now. Like, it's all good over Arsenal. We all should be fearing the Arsenal train right now, you know.
There we go. Now listen, we want your score predictions. Get them in right now. What you think the score is going to be. I'm going to go around and get the boys' thoughts on this. First of all, we'll start with Palace. What's the score going to be? Go on.
2-1 Palace. I have to say 2-1 Palace. I have to go. We're confident, as I said, going into this game. All the players are up for it. So I feel like realistically, we're going to concede a goal, but we've got a solid defensive line. I think Zaha's going to be on the score sheet, and also Olise, which he's going to come on as well.
Cage?
No Champions League Arsenal is going to win. 2-0. Mike Dean, 5 yellow cards and a red card. There you go.
That's a good bet. That's a good bet, you know. We bet Victor.
Yeah, of course. I got 2-0 Leicester. 2-0 Arsenal. I'm back stuck into the United game. 2-0 Arsenal. 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, I hate the fact that these guys have said it, but that was my prediction. 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal. I'm going to sweep back round this way.
I'm going to go for 2-1. I reckon we're going to concede a penalty against a dynamic attack, but 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1.
I mean, as I said, I respect Crystal Palace. I think Edouard's great, Elise is great, but 2-1 Arsenal.
You said they're going to smash you 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. No. But the thing is, no. Do you really think that all 2-1s are just complete edges?
You don't believe it?
All 2-1s are edges.
No.
You can have a 1-0 at the beginning, and then you can score 2 and dominate the rest of the game.
Are you going to dominate us? Is that what
I don't know, man. It's 90 minutes.
It's 90 minutes. He's changing his mind. Viewers. We want
4-1.
It's going to go down. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very, very much for tuning in. The guests here tonight, big round of applause for all of you. Big round of applause for KJ. Here he is. Big round of applause for Rocket. Here he is. Big round of applause for Javan. Big round of applause for Ethan. Big round of applause for the Chelsea Virgin. Listen, everyone who's tuned in tonight, thank you. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. Back with all the match reactions tomorrow, and we'll see you all again soon. Peace. Let's go.